Hello, my shinies! My name is Kaiser. It is the right morning time of 12:30 in the afternoon. I have just woken up, and while I'm cooking breakfast, I thought I would talk to you guys a bit. I haven't uploaded since the Iron Crown event on Apex, which was well over 2 months ago, I want to say. You might notice the different background. It is because since then I have moved. I have also found a new job as a blackjack dealer, which is very fun. I start next week, and I am quite excited to start that little endeavor. My hope is to give you guys some really great stories concerning that. But the main thing I want to tell you guys about is Season 3 of Apex has dropped, and I was skeptical. Season 2 was good. It was definitely better than Season 1, but it was not what I was hoping for with a new season of Apex. Like, we got Watson, which was great, and then we got the L-Star, which was meh. The changes to Kings Canyon were needed and good, but they wore out their novelty very, very quickly. After a while, the Leviathans kind of just became another set piece that you only could really look at from the ground. Like, the only time you saw the Leviathans, the sheer size of them, was in the midst of dropping from the dropship. Then they added the Gauntlet during the Iron Crown event. The Gauntlet was a great thing. We're not talking about the Iron Crown event again. I think I pretty much said everything I had to say in my last video about that. And then, much to my surprise, during the end of Season 1, which I played a little bit, end of Season 2, which I played a little bit of, they added the labs to Kings Canyon, which I found incredibly fun. I liked it as much as the Gauntlet, if not more. I thought the labs was an interesting location, a very good way to kind of redo what had already been established. And one of the biggest things that I think needed to come out of the Iron Crown event was... Actually, I have no idea where I was going with that sentence. But, let's start over. The labs and the Gauntlet were probably my favorite things that have been added to Apex in recent years. Mostly because they were something fresh to look at that you could actually look at, that you could actually interact with and experience, as opposed to the Leviathans, which were kind of just, they were another obstacle in our way. And I thought that what Apex needed was a lot more of the Gauntlet and labs. And I was really looking forward to seeing what the next town takeover would be. We didn't get that, unfortunately, but fortunately, we did get the new map, World's Edge, which I am fucking enthralled with. World's Edge is one of the best things I've ever experienced in an update to a video game. And I'm counting 222 Roadlock from Overwatch in that. Like, 222 was amazing, it was game-changing, it made the game more fun to play again, but World's Edge did pretty much the same thing for me for Apex. I got so fucking bored of Kings Canyon that I would only try to drop in Gauntlets and labs because they were the only interesting things in Kings Canyon. World Edge, and this could be the newness factor, I'll admit, World's Edge has a lot more dynamic set pieces than Kings Canyon did. We've got the geyser, we've got the lava that you can't walk across, the epicenter is very big and beautiful, all the different cities are very interesting and running through the buildings. No two areas feel the same in World's Edge. Whereas if you dropped in swamps and then in slum lakes, it was very easy to confuse the two in Kings Canyon because they were pretty much the same thing. Little ankle-deep water with ruined buildings. Ooh. The cities in World's Edge are all differentiated, though. So like the one next to the epicenter has ice. Capital City is vast and tall and very... there's a lot more buildings there. Even with the places that look like Geyser, there still differentiates. There's loot crates and different ways that the map comes around. The other thing I really like about at World's Edge is the height of the map, as well as the size of it, and the different ways that you can get through things. Like, there's mountains in your way, but some of these mountains have underground passageways that you can go through, and so it's a lot more dynamic than World's Edge was. World's Edge had the World's Edge than Kings Canyon was. Kings Canyon had this very, very bad thing about it where if you wanted to check for someone who might be ahead of you, you just had to look down a sniper scope. Oh, let me see. Okay, there's nobody, and I know there's nobody because I can see 600 meters directly that way with no fucking problem, right? Even with the broken down houses, you can like see through the windows very easily. In World's Edge, there's so much verticality as well as the horizontal plane that you can go up, down, left, right. You have a lot more places to go in World's Edge. Up, down, left, right. No shit, it's a 3D game, Kaiser. Everybody knows this. Anyway, you can go a lot more places in World's Edge, and it's a lot harder to see where someone might be coming from, which you might think is kind of bad because, oh, somebody could get the jump on you if they're camping, but, I mean, also, though, if someone gets the jump on you, there's a lot better chance that you'll be able to run and reposition and get cover. Because there's way more places for cover, way more nooks and crannies to hide in, way more things for you to climb and get up on top of. There's a lot more places for you to dip down under. Like, you can vanish in a moment's notice in World's Edge. What can you do in Kings Canyon? Hide behind a Leviathan leg? Maybe take a zip line up the diving board outside of artillery? Yeah, okay, nobody gives a fuck. Right? So, to me, there's just a lot more versatility in World's Edge than there was in Kings Canyon. What about the new hero? I love Krypto a lot more than I liked Watson. And don't get me wrong, I like Watson as a character. I didn't really like her as a legend. I wasn't very impressed with her abilities. And that just could be because I'm not a very passive kind of player. I'm more aggressive. My best friend, who plays with me often, he loved Watson for her passiveness because he's a more passive kind of player. He's a more support style kind of player. So that was really cool. And I also like the fact that when introducing the new legend, they introduced the ability to counter the previous meta, right? Having a Watson, Caustic, and Wraith was the previous meta, or you could trade out the Caustic for a Pathfinder, was the previous meta, because it was very, very easy to just find the last building, hold up in there, and that was it. You were good, right? Well, now with Kryptos EMP, you can just shatter that fucking hold, right? Oh, those traps and those fences and all that shit. Fuck. Krypto also adds a new recon character to the game, which I thought we've been needing for quite a long time. Only having Bloodhound for a while seemed kind of strange. As the only recon character. And I was very curious as to what they were going to do when they introduced a new recon character. And I gotta say, I am very happy with what they decided to do for the recon character. Kryptos Drone is kind of broken, but it's not so broken in that it's not easy to get rid of. It takes one hit to destroy. Everything can destroy the drone in one hit. That's it. No matter what you're using. You can destroy the drone in one hit. The Krypto himself is pretty useless when he's in his drone. God, my brain stopped for a minute. The Krypto himself is pretty useless when he's in his drone. And overall, I just really, really enjoy the way that Krypto works. There's a few gripes I have. I think if you interrupt EMP by destroying the drone, he shouldn't be able to fucking do another EMP, right? His EMP should be gone the second he presses the button. I think that the cooldown for the drone is a little bit too short. Like, you can destroy a Krypto drone, and within, 10, 15 seconds, another one is back. That's really obnoxious. Like, I had a match, me and my brother were playing, and we must have destroyed the drone during that battle about, 12 times. Like, we would blow it up, start fighting, and then it would show up again. It would blow it up, start fighting, and then it showed up again. And we'd blow it up, keep fighting. It just kept fucking going. I think that drone needs to have a little bit more punishment to it. Personally, I think Krypto needs to make sound cues when he's in the drone, like maybe some like keyboard, like or some shit like that while he's in drone form, so that he can't just duck into a corner and go, oh, I've got a drone, nobody knows, and you can't fucking find him. I do like that if Krypto takes any instance of damage while in the drone, he immediately cancels out of it, so you're not able to just sit there and go and just kill the Krypto. Like, he has time to react. I like that. I think that's very important for Krypto users, so they're not handicapped too much. Krypto has the ability to interact with doors and pick up banners while in drone form. That's amazing. That adds a whole nother level of dynamic to rescue missions and things like that. All honestly, I just really like Krypto. I think there's not as much wrong with Krypto. Honestly, there was really nothing wrong with Watson. She just wasn't for my playstyle. I still think Octane's the best legend that they've added so far, but Krypto's really good. Like, if you haven't played Krypto yet, I suggest you do. He's really good. He's really enjoyable. And you can play him passively or aggressively. The ability to exit out of your drone, and then it just stays there in midair to view people, is a really good tool for aggressive players. And I think more aggressive players should, keep that in mind if they're wanting to try Krypto out. The new gun, the charge rifle. I was so worried that for the rest of time, I was so worried that the next few seasons were going to just be legendary weapons. I was so terrified. Sorry, I gotta drain my fucking noodles. I was so terrified that the next weapon was going to be a legendary weapon out of care package. Here's the thing. I hate the legendary weapons and care packages. I don't hate them in that I think they're bad or anything. I hate them in that they're not fun to play, right? Like, once you run out of ammo in them, then you're fucked, which is fine. Let me transfer you guys over to the next cabinet. There we go. So, you're not 100% screwed when it comes to the drone. I mean, fucking hell. When it comes to legendary weapons. Right? You're not completely fucked in that, oh, I've got a legendary weapon and it's bad and I regret picking this up. But what is a problem is that you can, and I have done it several times, outdo legendary weapons with stuff you just find in the world. It's never beneficial to keep a Kraber over a longbow. It's never good to keep it's never beneficial to keep a L-Star over a Spitfire or Devotion. Who cares about the Mastiff when, especially now, you have the double tap trigger and for the EVA 8, and the Peacekeeper remains to be one of the highest damaging output guns in the game. Now, both the Kraber and the Peacekeeper are inconsistent as fucking hell, but if I had to choose one, I would choose the Peacekeeper. And so that was a major problem. Now, the L-Star did get a little bit better, but I mean, I still prefer to keep, Spitfire and things like that on hand if I'm going to be playing with a shotgun, if I'm going to be playing with a LMG. Especially since, and Respawn, I know you're not going to watch this, but if somebody can, point this out, somebody has some clout, Can Respawn please make the fucking L-Star count toward the LMG quest? This was a problem in the last fucking season, for fuck's sake. Anyway. Overall, so I was worried they were going to add one. Instead, they added the charge rifle, a new sniper rifle that has energy ammo. And I love this gun. Now, obviously, it's very powerful. You could do 90 damage a shot, which is insane. 3 hits and someone's dead with full purple and full white. Or full purple, full health. Dumbass. 3 hits and someone's dead. Actually, not even 3 full hits. So you do the 90, and then all it takes is for you to charge up halfway before shooting them again, and they're fucked. But it requires you to track a little bit, which is nice. I like that. I also like the fact that everybody can pretty much tell where you're shooting from better than any other gun in the game. Like, every other gun has, like, a bullet trail, and it's just kind of like, wait, where did that come from again? No, the fucking charge rifle has a goddamn tractor beam pointed at your ass. Everybody who sees that shot knows where you're coming from. So I really like that. That's a very nice touch. Nice touch. Now, do I think they're going to reduce the damage on this thing? Hell yeah. To my knowledge, this is the most damaging sniper rifle, short of the Kraber, in the game. Short of the Kraber in the game. Right? This is the most, like, the longbow does 55 a shot. The triple take does 69 with all 3 bullets hitting. The scout does 34. Short of the Kraber, this is the most damaging one. Now, that being said, I think 90 damage is fine, because the longbow does 110 on a headshot. I think if they brought it down from 90 to say 70, I think that would be a good change. It would hurt me because it's my favorite gun. I don't want it to be nerfed, but I understand the call for it being nerfed, right? Bring that damage down to 70 and you should be pretty good, because then it still takes 3 hits to kill people, but they have a little bit better of a shot, right? Like, if you shoot somebody for 70 damage twice, that's 140. They still have 60 left. With 90 damage, they have 20 left. One stray bullet's going to drop them. With 60, they have a little bit better chance of getting the fuck up out of Dodge. So I do think there should be some fairness added to the game. I got that. I'm not going to say, leave my favorite gun alone. But yeah, the charge rifle's great. It's great. I think it needs a little bit of a nerf because it is kind of too fucking powerful. But it's a fantastic weapon. Anything else in Season 3 I need to talk about? Talk about Crypto, World's Edge, the charge rifle. The Battle Pass is okay. There's really not much to say. It's pretty much the same as last. Instead, this year they're adding those weapon charm things. I think the weapon charms are a great addition. I like the idea of them adding, customization options to the game past the skins, because you really don't get to see the skins, right? I think what they need to start doing is adding maybe some abilities to, like, change the color of the skins using legend tokens to buy sprays instead of, like, every so often, if you happen to already own that skin, another one shows up, stuff like that. I don't know why Crypto doesn't have a jump emote. That's kind of depressing, because this is his battle pass, and Watson had a jump emote last battle pass, but I also don't know why all the characters didn't get alternate jump emotes. That's kind of depressing. But maybe the Halloween event will bring us some new ones. Yes. Let's talk about that real quick. The Halloween event is been leaked. I am excited. Halloween's my favorite time of year. What I will say, however, though, this better not be a fucking repeat of the Iron Crown event. My name is Kaiser. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope the next time I upload, I'll have some fantastic blackjack dealer stories for you guys. I love you all, and remember, stay shiny.